Sometimes it's overwhelming. Why they gotta give me my talent, my gift.
Word on the street is that Beyonce is starting to get fed up with Jay-Z's antics, and his latest escapades might just be the last straw. Apparently, she's allegedly gearing up to spill the tea and expose him once and for all. So what exactly is going on at the Grammy Awards while accepting the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award? Rapper Jay-Z didn't hold back with his 12-year-old daughter Blue Ivy at his side. He basically said that music and voting for the Grammy Awards are subjective, and he couldn't help but notice that his wife Beyonce has never won Album of the Year.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics,
The camera then cut to Beyonce looking slightly apprehensive in the audience, taking aim at other nominees. Jay-Z continued, "Some of you are going to go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you no belong in the category. When I get nervous, I tell the truth." Viewers were quick to speculate if he was taking aim at Taylor with his remarks, who has received 52 Grammy nominations and won 14, 4 of which have been Album of the Year. Her latest win saw her triumph over Boy Genius, The Record, Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure, John Batiste, World Music Radio, Lana Del Rey. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Bluff? Miley Cyrus, Endless Summer Vacation, Olivia Rodrigo, Guts, and SSOS. For context, Beyonce has been nominated for Album of the Year 5 times. The first was in 2010 for I Am Sasha Fierce. Then a year later as a featured artist on Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster. After that, she got nods for Lemonade in 2017, and the most recent nomination was for Renaissance in 2023. According to some people, Lemonade in particular looked like a sure Album of the Year winner. I mean, we can all agree that Beyonce really hit it out of the park with that album, from exploring the emotional impact of Jay-Z's cheating to addressing generational pain and racial inequality. It was deep, and let's not even start with how she blended genres using reggae, rock, hip-hop, soul, funk, country, and electronica, accompanied by that visually stunning album. Yeah, that year Adele was the one who won Album of the Year, and in her acceptance speech, Adele also said that if there was one person who deserved the award, it was Beyonce. She even went as far as saying, "My artist of my life is Beyonce." Jay-Z definitely agrees that his wife has been snubbed for far too long, and he made it crystal clear that he believes Beyonce should have won Album of the Year at some point during her career. To a lot of people, including Jay-Z, it's ridiculous that even though Beyonce has over 30 Grammys, literally just one of her 32 Grammy wins has come in the Big Four categories, which includes Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. Single Ladies won Song of the Year in 2010. But other than that, all her other wins have been in genre categories, which clearly isn't enough for her and Jay anyway. Although the Beehive applauded Jay-Z for publicly supporting his wife, there was a section of fans who felt it was all just for show. What's more, in the same Grammys, people noticed something strange when Jay-Z offered her a drink and she refused to take it.
Welcome back to the Grammys, everybody. You know, when you equal a record, there's no way you don't get to hold your Grammy.
He looked furious with her after that, and it was clear that he was just trying to control his anger because they were in public. Fans are now speculating that he could have drugged the drink, and that's why she refused it, because she didn't want to be drugged out of her mind on her big night anyway. It appears things might be so bad for Beyonce to the point that even her family members are trying to intervene. There have been rumors for years about how Solange is probably not Jay-Z's biggest fan, and girl, does she keep proving it every day. The streets have been saying for years that she isn't exactly the biggest fan of Beyonce's relationship and marriage to Jay-Z because she just doesn't like him. You see, an altercation between Solange and Jay happened on May 5, 2014 at the Met Gala after party at the Standard Hotel in New York City. It gained widespread attention when security footage from an elevator was leaked to the media. In the video, Solange Knowles, the younger sister of Beyonce, could be Ian physically attacking Jay-Z, while Beyonce initially stood by without intervening. The footage showed Solange kicking and punching Jay-Z with a security guard attempting to restrain her. Beyonce eventually stepped in, putting herself between Solange and Jay-Z. 10 days after the incident, the trio released a joint statement addressing the drama as a result of the public release of the elevator security footage from Monday, May 5. That there has been a great deal of speculation about what triggered the unfortunate incident, but the most important thing is that our family has worked through it. They said in a statement to the Associated Press. Jay and Solange each assumed their share of responsibility for what has occurred. They both acknowledged their role in this private matter that has played out in the public. They both have apologized to each other, and we have moved forward as a united family. The statement continued the reports of Solange being intoxicated or displaying erratic behavior throughout that evening are simply false. At the end of the day, families have problems, and we're no different. We love each other. And above all, we are family. We've put this behind us and hope everyone else will do the same. 2 months later, Solange cleared the air about the altercation with Lucky magazine. What's important is that my family and I are all good. The singer said what we had to say collectively was in the statement that we put out, and we all feel at peace with that. Beyonce kept talk of the incident alive in August 2014, when she debuted a remix of her song Flaw that seemed to reference the famous elevator brawl. The lyrics read, "Of course, sometimes ish goes down when there's $1 billion on an elevator." Following his wife's footsteps, Jay-Z appeared to call out the famous footage in his song Killed. Jay-Z off his 2017 album 444. He raps you egg Solange on knowing all along all you had to say you was wrong. But you got to do better, boy. You owe it to Blue. You had no father, you had the armor, but you got a daughter, got to get softer. Well, another reason why Jay-Z may not be liked by Sal L is purportedly due to his alleged controlling behavior towards Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are arguably the Hollywood power couple, but that doesn't mean their relationship was without its complexity. Despite their combined fortune of nearly $2 billion, a luxurious home, and the admiration of their peers, the dynamics of their marriage presented a different story for those unfamiliar with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Journey as a couple, they have consistently faced scrutiny for the unconventional aspects of their relationship. For example, they first met when Beyonce was just a teenager, while Jay-Z was in his 30s. Reflecting on those early days, Beyonce once shared in an interview, "I was 18 when we first met, 19. When we started dating, there was no rush. No one expected me to run off and get married." The couple officially began dating when Beyonce was 19, and Jay-Z was 31, sparking concerns among fans, with some speculating about the possibility of Beyonce being, "you know what," by Jay-Z. Setting aside the age gap, observers have also raised eyebrows about the uneven power dynamics. Right from the beginning, when Beyonce and Jay-Z embarked on their romance, Beyonce was already quite popular, but Jay-Z was an industry heavyweight with significantly more clout and influence than she had at the time. This, coupled with their age difference, led to doubts and conversations about how imbalanced the relationship might have been. From the start, however, over the years, the playing field has somewhat leveled out because Beyonce has become the biggest artist in Hollywood. She's literally the most decorated artist ever and holds the Grammy record as the most awarded person in the history of the awards. But even with this, fans still feel a certain way about the marriage. So Jay-Z has faced criticism, with some labeling him as a predator. Then there's also the fact that Jay-Z was Beyonce's first real relationship. She has opened up about how she didn't have the typical childhood or teenage years because she was super focused on her career. She said, "My teenage years were about the grind. I grew up hearing this particular scripture from James 21:17, faith without work is dead. Vision and intention weren't enough. I had to put in the work. I committed to always being a student and always being open to growth. My energy went into Destiny's Child and the dream of us getting a record deal and becoming musicians if something wasn't helping me reach my goal. I decided to invest no time in it. I didn't feel like I had time to kiki or hang out. I sacrificed a lot of things and ran from any possible distraction." Beyonce wasn't just 12 years younger than Jay-Z, but she was also pretty inexperienced when it came to relationships, adding an extra layer of sketchiness. As time passed, speculations started about whether she felt confined in the marriage, especially now that she's older and had more experience. Some insiders claim it's not just a feeling. Beyonce is genuinely trapped. According to sources, Jay-Z holds complete control over every aspect of her life, leaving her with little room to live on her own terms. Multiple people have recently come forward to expose Jay-Z's control and manipulation of Beyonce. In addition to all this, a former bodyguard of Beyonce once revealed that Jay allegedly got her hooked on substances.